Hello everyone and welcome to a readathon wrap-up. Yeah, we are joined by Polly. Yep. Yeah, is it so? We are joined by Polly today. I don't know if you can hear her purring, but she's purring. Yes, I love you too. Thank you for the kisses. So, okay, this readathon is for the Phase Out Your TBR. This was for Phase 5. And this was hosted by Chris from Chris's Corner. I will list Chris's YouTube channel in the description box so that you can check it out and watch for other phases. There are other phases listed, so we'll be doing further readathons in the months ahead. I'm not sure how often that they will be happening or anything like that, but we will be doing this. So phase 5 was to get a run of 10, or not a run of 10, a run of 8. And I have completed that. I did not write down what day I got the run of 8 finally, but I did get the run of 8 all with the red prompts. So I'm just going to go through and I'll try and remember to link the Discord for this Phase Out Your TBR in the description box as well. Chris will put announcement videos for reading sprints is the word I was looking for. Reading sprints in there as well. So let's go ahead and tell you which prompts I did complete. So the 8 prompts, again, they were all red. So disability, mental or mental health rep. For this one, I went with How to Stop Time by Haig. This was also the selection for the Autism Reads book for the month of July. This was good. I gave this one 4 stars. It was 325 pages. This one we are following Tom Hazard. There's 2 timelines. We're following past timeline and present timeline. He is like 400 or 500 years old. He's not immortal. He's just, when he reached a certain age, his body really slowed down as far as the aging goes. So the present time, he's a teacher in London, England, and then he reflects back on his time at his past. He lived at a time where women were burned, burned, but like drowned. Showing your butt? Yeah, you got a cute butt. Okay. Coming back around. Oh, yes, I love you too. I love you too. There is loss of family in this. Move over a little more so you can see Polly. So when women, especially women, were tried and punished for being so quote-unquote witches, he saw his mother go through that. He has to move around a lot because he doesn't age. So there's a point where he's over 100 years old, but yet he still looks like he's 15. At some point, his body will start aging again. It's just extremely slowly. Are you done? Where are you going? Huh? Want on my lap? Okay. So we're following his life as he works for this organization. He's not supposed to fall in love, but he did one point before he met this organization. And, he's starting to have some feelings for someone else, and maybe possibly he can. Maybe the people that are telling him that he shouldn't fall in love aren't right in saying that. And people seem to be getting along okay, and so he's trying to determine, should he forge his own path or continue to do what he's been doing. As far as the mental health rep, you have someone talking about panic attacks, you have anxiety, and disability. You have someone that talks about having epilepsy. So, and I have not read a book where someone says that they have epilepsy. You do have a character in this who does have epilepsy, and so that was really cool to see. So yeah, 4 stars, 325 pages. The next one I completed was a book with nature on the cover. I went with Alice by Christina Henry. I'm pulling that one up because I'm not remembering. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Yes, there is nature on the cover. Which cover did I have? So the cover you are seeing here is going to be, that you will be seeing. This was written by Christina Henry. The cover of the one that I had, let me make sure this is the correct edition. Yes, this is the Kindle edition cover, and this is the one that was on my Kindle. So as you can see, there are trees, there's a rabbit, but there are trees, so there's nature on the cover. But I have a different cover that I actually like a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. They're both fine. But this is the one I'm going with. I actually try to find this cover so that you can see it, which you'll know if you're seeing it. I've put in a different cover in other wrap-ups that I have done, which there is no nature on that particular edition, but this is the edition, the cover that I'm showing you is the edition that was on my Kindle that I read. So I read it by ebook. It was 292 pages. It is a dark retelling of Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. This one we're following Alice as she is in a mental asylum, and I believe she teams up with who we know as the Mad Hatter in the Disney adaptation, Hello Again, of Alice in Wonderland. And in this book that I read, he is a human. Well, he is a human in the other one, but like the White Rabbit is a human, whereas in the Disney movie adaptation, he is a white rabbit. So in this book, we are following them as they team up and they go to the caterpillar, they go to someone else, and you meet other characters, like humanized characters of like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and other ones. There's like mobs, people being sold, and what else do we have in this? Magic, so it's got fantastical elements and things like that. So for example, people talk about magicians being gone, and then there's one person that finds out that she could possibly be a magician. But in this one, we are following Alice as she wants to free herself from being claimed by the White Rabbit, and so she'll do what she has to do to free herself. And so she is with the Mad Hatter trying to find this White Rabbit to free herself. Let's see, next up was Pretty Cover. For this one I read Christmas at Copper Mountain. This was written by Jane Porter. It was 147 pages. I gave this one 4 stars. And this was a sweet Western romance that does have a little bit of spice in it, but it is mostly sweet. So it's not sweet romance. When you think sweet romance, you think clean. It's not sweet in regards to that, but sweet is in regards to, it was just a very sweet story. There is, again, just one scene where there's just a little bit of spice. It is very tame and mild compared to a lot of the other stuff that I have been reading. This one we are following a lot of talk about grief for the loss of a partner, so a spouse, and loss of children or death of children is also a big topic in this. This one takes place over the Christmas, and it's about the 2 main characters letting themselves learn how to grieve and possibly open their hearts enough to allow love into their life again. So it was really cute. Then I had paperback, and for this one I did Night Games. As you can see, it is a paperback. Night Games by R.L. Stine. This is in the First Street world. This one we're following a bunch of teenagers, about 17, 18 years old, and they meet with a friend and they go out and play pranks in the middle of the night and later, so usually between just after midnight to about 1-ish in the morning. And the pranks get more and more law-breaking. Like if they were to get arrested, the first one they could get arrested just for disorderly conduct, maybe, or just get a talking to, and then as the pranks get on, they could progress to like breaking and entering. So much more severe. You're hearing Georgie, huh? Yeah. So too much more severe punishment if they were to get caught doing what they are doing. And let's see, I gave this one 3 stars. It was 165 pages. Next up was to read a short book. So for me, it's about, I think of a short book as anything less than 200 pages. This particularly 150 pages or less is even better. So I did read one that was 150 pages or less. It was actually 111 pages, and this was a nonfiction, and this was a collection of poetry. And the poetry was what a cat's life is like being with you, with feeding, sleeping, playing, what they expect out of life with cats. And it was just all poems from the cat's perspective with their life, living with the humans. I gave it 5 stars. It was really fun, very sweet, very quick to get through, short book, and again, collection of poems, even shorter to get through and quicker to get through. So I do highly, if you love cats, highly recommend checking it out. You'll get warm fuzzies At least I did. I got warm fuzzies while reading that. So next up was a book with 5 or more words in the title. I read a book with 5 words, The Rocky Road to Ruin by Meri Allen. This is a cozy mystery. This one we are following Riley Rhodes, and she worked for the government in the CIA area. She is back in this small town in Penniman, Connecticut. She is helping her best friend run this ice cream shop. Her friend has a family member that has passed away, and so they're there for the funeral and to grieve for this person that has passed away. And then there is a dead body found, and her friend, Riley's friend, is the prime suspect in the murder. And with any cozy mysteries, the main character, whether they are the suspect or not, in this case it's her friend, they insert themselves into the investigation. They can't help inserting themselves into the investigation because they have questions that they want answered. They're not getting answers from the police, or they think the police are incompetent, or it's a combination of them. And that's what she does. And there are secrets that are revealed with any mystery and cozy mystery, and it's just a fun, great time. And this is book number 1 in an ice cream shop mystery. I gave this one 4 stars, and it was 338 pages. The next prompt I completed was Standalone. I read an ebook short story, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I gave this one 3 stars. The edition that I read was 67 pages. I just wanted more. The POVs that we're following, it was told in third person. The point of views that we're following are all from people who have observed, who have met this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde at one point, and they're talking about their interaction with him. I wanted perspective from the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde character, and I just didn't get that in this book. And so that's part of why it got a lower rating, is it's just was lacked in what I wanted. Plus, this is definitely the type of thing where, like with most books, Hollywood takes their liberties with doing their adaptations, whether TV or movie, and so it's much more theatrical. And I do remember seeing an old version somewhere, adaptation, and some of the perspective, if I remember right, it's been like years and years, but I distinctly remember being intrigued by the character of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and seeing things from their perspective, or being him there during a transformation and stuff, and you just didn't get that in this book. And I would have wanted more from that. And then the last prompt I completed, which is the 8th prompt that I completed to get my run of 8, is a book you have been avoiding. And so when I numbered these, it's like a little bingo board: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then there's 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's like 4 in each row, or anyway, something like that. But so red prompts number 2 through 9 I completed. And so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's sign language there. That is 8 prompts, so a run of 8. And this number 9 red is a book that you have been avoiding. I think it was for G's Magical Realism. One of the prompts for one of the careers was to read a book that is recommended for your zodiac sign. I am a Sagittarius. Did I say Sagittarius? I'm a Sagittarius. And so I was looking up horror books for people that are part of the Sagittarius star sign. And Pyrophobia by Jack Lance is what came up for me. And I was a little leery of it for whatever reason, but that's fine. So I've been kind of avoiding it and putting it off. But I did get to it. I ended up giving it 1 of 3 stars. I wanted more paranormal. The synopsis when I read it alluded to the fact that it could possibly be paranormal, but at the same time it could possibly not be paranormal. For this one, we're following the main character who has pyrophobia, which is a fear of fire. And he starts getting these Polaroid snapshots with words on the back of these pictures that you're not alive, you're really dead. And so he's trying to figure out if someone's being malicious, if maybe there's reincarnation, that someone's believes in reincarnation and they're saying that he is the reincarnated soul of someone, or is someone threatening him saying that he is going to die. And so he inserts himself, creates this investigation, and at the same time while trying to figure out why he suffers from pyrophobia. So that's what we're following, with him trying to do that. 3 stars, 295 pages. So those are the 8 prompts that got me my run of 8. So that is 1,740 pages divided by 8 books was 217.5 pages per book. 4 books got 3 stars, 3 books got 4 stars, and 1 got a 5 star. That's 29 stars issued divided by the 8 books. That is a 3.62 average. Let me know. Have you read any of these books? Did you get your phase 5, so your run of 8, with this Phase Out Your TBR by Chris? Again, I will leave Chris's channel in the description box. I highly recommend. They do some great videos, and definitely recommend checking out their channel. Talk to me in the comment section below, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later. And Polly has fallen asleep.